Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Saturday on Lonas Lane. We want to thank you all for continuing watching us. We are almost to the end of the college football season. We've still got rivalry week, then championship weekend, and then bowl games, playoffs. A lot's about to happen right here really, really quickly, and we are so excited. But before we get you to all of that, let's take a recap of kind of what happened this week. Really no surprises.
No, but we also didn't do a pick'ems on. And sorry, screen went blank and it kind of distracted me there for a second. We didn't do a pick'ems on Friday. Taylor had a youth group retreat, and Cody had a coaches retreat, and I had a grandparents' birthday. So Friday we were all gone. But basically, me and Cody both sent our picks, and I mean, no surprise, it was unanimous. I mean, we all you did. Who'd you pick?
MIZ.
You
picked
picked
Missouri?
Mizzou to beat
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
All right, so Cody's got a loss.
I did.
Like a dummy.
No, I figured I'd try to pick one and sneak one in there on you.
But Taylor never sent his picks, so we don't know. So his is
It was pretty. Listen, I would have went.
He was-
everybody who would have gone. Listen, if you've never been to a Reverb, Word of Life puts on this event, and they do about 18 across the country, and Friday night was the last night. What they do is you show up at 9 o'clock at night with your youth group, and there's about 600 kids who was there. We go all night. I mean, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm bowling. At 6:30, I pull into the church parking lot, and parents are there waiting. They pick up their kids. I drive home. I get a 2-hour nap before I've got to be back at the church for play practice. It was like, and Saturday was just, I don't remember what happened Saturday.
so sorry that we did not put a video out for our picks. Taylor, turn your Dexcom off. So we apologize for that, but most of our picks, mine and Taylor's, I guess, was I won everything. Cody lost one at this point in time. So sorry to rudely interrupt you, but I had to get that and apologize to our loyal fans out there for not posting a video for Pick'ems.
So, Cody, let's talk about the game that you lost, because to me it wasn't surprising, right? I figured Oklahoma would win, but still, in Oklahoma fashion, they are not putting up big numbers anywhere. Now, of course, they did have a little bit better, but they're still at, what, 280?
276.
276 total.
But Missouri had 301 offense. 19 first downs for Missouri, 14 for Oklahoma.
Win time of possession.
Yeah, they won the time of possession. The turnovers.
But look at the turnovers. Once again, Oklahoma is winning on the turnover battle. Tennessee, Alabama, now Mizzou. How many? That's 5 in 2 weeks. How many turnovers did they have against Tennessee?
Well, Taylor, let's go back and look real quick.
Cody, you don't know?
So Tennessee had 3 turnovers, and Oklahoma had 2 turnovers. 1 fumble for a loss,
So
1 interception.
8 turnovers in 3 weeks. That is huge. This is a team that's kind of coming together at the right time for the playoffs. They're not going to be in the SEC championship game, so they can't get hurt there. They finished their season out with is it Oklahoma State? LSU. And we'll talk a little bit about that LSU game, which was atrocious for the Tigers. They look to be set. They're going to be locked in place right now. They're sitting at 8th. Tomorrow night we'll come back on and we'll talk about the College Football Selection Committee. It doesn't look like there's going to be much in their way this weekend. I see them getting in, but can they sustain that? Can they sustain not winning time of possession, yardage, and just winning the turnover battle? And Cody, what do you think? Tell us.
I definitely think it's hard. I mean, you get a couple of lucky fumbles, a couple of lucky bounces on fumbles. You undercut at the right time. That's just one of those things where you know where you got to be at the right time. You guess right, but if you guess wrong, it's probably a touchdown you're giving up. But defense is playing well. I mean, get 2 takeaways. And honestly, one of the main reasons I kind of picked Missouri is because I got Bo Prabula back.
He did, yes.
And he
was gone for what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
He was gone for a couple of weeks with a broken ankle. Not a broken ankle.
So, I mean, you gotta think, you've been gone for 3 weeks of SEC play, and you're going up against a momentum-built Oklahoma team. I mean, it's hard.
But you didn't do bad. Look, they're inside the red zone 4 different times. Once they kick a field goal and miss it, it was bad. It was really bad.
I mean, he was serviceable. I mean, he was 20 for 36 with 231 yards passing.
And
now,
I'm not saying
the 2 interceptions hurt, but without truly knowing, and I wasn't able to watch all of the game because we were up at an FCA camp.
At Berry College.
Up at Berry College, that's another campus.
Top 10 college campuses in the country.
Largest college campus in the country.
Because of all the acreage of agricultural a side note, as a hunter and myself and hunting down in Floyd County, they own property beside land of our brother's father-in-law's property. So they own a ton of land in Floyd County. So that's why they are, I mean, and it's all over, like Floyd County. It's not just like centrally located. They own like 300-400 acres over here, 300-400 acres over here in Floyd County. Sorry, I know. Squirrel moment. Let's go
ahead. So, can Oklahoma hang their hat on this? They have the last 3 weeks, but they're going, I mean, you get into the top 12 teams, it's back to back to back. 8 would be playing 9, which right now is Notre Dame.
You can't rely on turnovers.
That's an uncontrollable aspect of the game.
If you're not winning in other aspects of the game, you're losing. Other than the scoreboard, the final score, you're losing every other major key. I mean, total yards, time of possession.
Almost doubled with Tennessee and Alabama.
Everything. And so it's not sustainable, no. Can they continue to win? Yes, as long as they continue to get turnovers. But no, you're right. I don't think it's sustainable.
So, Tyler, let's talk about the team that Oklahoma does face this weekend in LSU. And we watched this game late Saturday night, and we put on Facebook that this was a concerning win.
I mean, so and here's the thing. Let's look at yardage and let's look at stats real quick. Western Kentucky had 14 first downs. LSU had 20. 152 total yards for Western Kentucky. 382 for LSU. What killed LSU? 9 penalties for 69 yards. 2 turnovers. But also, Western Kentucky also had 2 turnovers on 2 interceptions. Time of possession, LSU had for 36 minutes. You see 36 minutes, 328 yards across offense, and you think blowout game for LSU. It's not that way. They won 13-10, and let me look at the recap.
They scored. Western Carolina, Kentucky scored in the fourth quarter.
What am I saying?
I wouldn't say Western Carolina, but it's
Western Kentucky. Sorry. So they kicked a field goal. LSU kicked a field goal. Punt, interception, downs. I mean, it was 3-3, almost going into halftime. Ended up being, or 3-0, almost going into halftime. It's 3-7 going into the half. You come out, you kick 2 field goals. That's it. I mean,
punt,
interception. Punt.
You have LSU team, Cody, who, even though has fired their head coach, this is not like they're a better team than this, regardless of who's at the helm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. And what is a little more concerning is, if I'm not mistaken, they did get I thought they got Weeks back. Two of them played. I don't know if the third one played. So West played. So they got him back. He didn't play in the Bama game.
Zach did play, but he didn't record anything.
They're underperforming, and the score, once again, it goes back to, did they win? They did. And Western Kentucky's 8-3, so I mean they're no slouch. I mean they're winning ball games too. I know who they play as well. They're in Jacksonville State's conference there, but
Yeah, Sam Houston, North Alabama.
Conference USA, which, I mean,
is it one of the stronger conferences down there? So, I'm not impressed. I wasn't impressed when I watched them. I've watched them all year. I really haven't been. I was really surprised at the start of the year they had them at number 9, or preseason number 9. I was blown away by that.
LSU is 7-4.
Yeah.
They're bowl eligible. It does not end regardless of what happens this Saturday at Oklahoma. Is it at Oklahoma?
It's at Oklahoma.
At Oklahoma. Regardless, they'll go to a bowl game, but in a, for me, what I look at when you go to bowl games is just bragging rights against other conferences. People here recently have talked real bad about the SEC and how you're not the dominant conference anymore, and they want to point to the Big Ten up north, and that irks me so bad. Because if you look at strength of schedule, it's just not the same. It's not the same. SEC has strength of schedule across the board because they play in the SEC is so much higher than what you're going to get in the Big Ten. Saying that, though, Cody, there were a couple of other good games this weekend. You had Tennessee, Florida. Tennessee jumped up big. I think they scored 31 points in the first half.
And then they coasted in the second.
In the second half. Florida finally got on the board a little bit. Vandy, though. Vandy looked really good. And I understand who they're playing. But
a team who has been playing pretty well of late.
Yeah, Kentucky has not died off like we thought they would and win like 2 or 3 games. They are potentially bowl eligible if they beat Louisville, which Louisville's a 7-4 ACC team. But they could potentially be bowling this year if they beat Louisville. Mm-hmm. I say that, and then a 5-6 team is potentially able to go to a bowl game if
which is not automatic.
It's not an automatic bowl bid. So there's a potential there. But if they've played pretty well of late, not getting dominated like they had in the past. They beat Florida. They beat Auburn. They did get thumped pretty good by Tennessee, but 16-13 in an overtime against Texas. Let's see, it was a 30-23 against Ole Miss at the beginning of the year. So
Texas looked really good, and I saw where Arkansas put in a different quarterback against Texas. He what's that tall kid's name who was playing?
Green or
no,
KJ Jackson.
KJ Jackson's the one they put in.
He's the one who came in.
Taylor Green has been the starter.
6'6", 200 pounds, soaking wet. It looks like, and he looks athletic. I don't know what led to it. I wasn't watching this game. I was half asleep most of the day, but Texas looked really good. Mm-hmm. They put up a bunch of points. I think Arch Manning had a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown for the first time since Dak Prescott did it when he was at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So, really good game for a Texas fan to watch. You got to see a lot of different things. You saw, even at the Alabama game, you saw where our tackle got another reception. I think he only went for like 3 yards though, but it's
Yeah, that's about a
Caden
yard.
Proctor. It's so
I mean,
you get to see these things.
And at halftime for the Arkansas Texas game, it was 24-20 going into half. So you're kind of sweating it a little bit there as Texas fans. Like, all right, where are we about to go here? Is Arkansas about to upset Texas? And then Texas comes out and scores, and then doesn't let off the brakes. And
If
then
I'm not mistaken, the game last year though was very, very close. It was a very good game that they played.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's a big game for Texas going in this next week, and I'm excited. We'll have a guest with us when we discuss this game, the Texas A&M game.
because we'll do our pick'ems next week. Will be a little bit different. This week? Holy cow! It is this week. It's Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This week we'll do a little bit different because Wednesday we're going to give our pick'ems out because Friday you have the Egg Bowl.
yeah,
You have Georgia and Georgia Tech who will be playing Friday as well.
and Texas A&M and Texas.
Texas A&M and Texas will be playing. So that would be real big. So we'll have a guest on Thursday night. Super excited about this one. And then we'll throw a couple of we're hoping to get our brother on the show as well to kind of go over the Alabama-Auburn game just because he keeps up pretty high with Auburn just because his in-laws are big Auburn fans.
They both went to the University of Auburn.
So
I believe if they're graduates of Auburn. And of course, some of my wife's side of the family, they have graduated from the University of Auburn as well. So,
and talking about Alabama, we don't want to beat up this game. I mean, Eastern Illinois, but I want you to look at the yardage that they gave up.
37, wasn't it? Was it 37?
The lowest since 1960s.
I have no idea on that number.
I want to say 1962.
34 yards. Total.
34 yards. Total offense. I don't care who you're playing. To only give up 34 yards of total offense against a college team is incredible.
I think the team that comes to mind is, was it Georgia Tech in Cumberland when they disbanded their college football team in 1916, and they beat them in baseball the year prior, and they beat them 22-0. Well, the baseball coach was also the football coach for Georgia Tech. Cumberland was like, "Hey, we're not going to have a football team," and Georgia Tech's like, "Yeah, you are going to play." So they got a bunch of baseball players to go out there and play football, and lost 222-0.
But there's another stat on there that I think we need to put out. What have we been harping on all year? What have we not seen out of Alabama?
Penalties.
A run game.
Run game.
Run game.
How many touchdowns do they score on the
8.
ground? 8.
All of them.
I think so. I've deleted social media now, but before I did, a lot of things were being said about Texas A&M's athletic director, who is I think one of the chairs on the college playoff committee,
And you can't get them at number 2?
and he was saying the reason Alabama was lower than Notre Dame was because they don't have a run game. And so I think I want to say Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb took that personal, and I think they ran the ball pretty much every time.
If you don't watch Josh Pate, is it Pate?
Yeah.
He does a podcast. He's good to go watch. Last week after the College Football Selection Committee, I watched his, and he said it is awful. We used to make it this big, elegant thing where we locked them in a room and they acted like they were deliberating and just doing all these things. And he said it's all an act. It's computer generated. They may move somebody here and there, but it's all computer generated. It might as well just go back to the BCS poll era. It is. The thing is they're just not giving you good reasoning for anything anymore. It is pitiful, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow night. But I'm so it is a relief to see Alabama kind of get that running game. Total yards on the ground, though, not super impressive, but the 8 touchdowns is
I
is
mean,
great.
269 yards on the ground is kind of impressive.
Well, I get that, but you were getting that every game 5 years ago.
Yeah, but that's also when you had Najee Harris and Damian Williams
Okay, Missouri gets that every game
this year.
this year. Anywho, we
And
Let's talk
Hardy.
the Auburn game real quick because
Auburn, yes.
I know they played Mercer, which is 9-2.
Adam Macon.
Adam Macon, yes, and I think I've said this, mentioned this guy's name, mentioned him in general multiple times on the podcast, and wondered why they hadn't went to him yet. But Deuce Knight went 15 for 20. He threw 20 passes.
Yep.
For 239 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also ran 9 times for 162 yards. He took the opening play, 80 yards.
So who starts the
75.
game Saturday?
That is a darn good question.
It'll be interesting. Maybe by Thursday or Friday when we cover this this game, we'll have an answer for you. Because it will be interesting. You've got this quarterback who set out this last game in anticipation of playing this game and also keeping his red shirt so he can come back to be a fifth-year senior. The kid out of not Syracuse.
Stanford?
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. What you don't have to wonder is who's going to be the starting quarterback at Alabama. But it will be interesting to see who's going to take the helm at that one. Real quick, Georgia handled Charlotte. It was very just nonchalant, run the ball, very boring game. They didn't put up a bunch of big numbers. Really wasn't looking to do that. But with the loss that Georgia Tech had Saturday, does it downplay this game coming up on Friday?
It does a little bit. I mean, it's still
Georgia Tech has to win,
a rival game, but
I mean, Georgia Tech.
but I think they're out completely. They're out of the ACC. They've got 3 teams. If you're just looking at the ACC, you've got 3 teams that are with 1 loss, which means Virginia would have to lose. Pitt would have to lose. Pitt would have to lose 2 more times. Completely knocks them out. But SMU is also sitting there at 6-1. So Virginia would have to lose. SMU would have to lose just to keep Georgia Tech in the conversation.
Miami's.
If you look at Miami, they got beat by Virginia. Virginia have to lose 2. Who else do they lose to?
there's not 2 games to play.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Miami lost to
Was it Duke?
Louisville.
Louisville's out. I just don't see a path for any of this for Miami. They still throw Miami in. And the only reason they throw Miami in, which is what I've learned, is because as of right now, they're the highest ranked ACC team. It does not guarantee them a bid in because it goes to conference champion. So don't get so excited because you see Miami's name in there. It's just because at the moment they are the highest ranked ACC team. So a lot could happen there. So this past weekend, no surprises, no upsets in the SEC. You've had some good games like the Oklahoma-Missouri game. Kind of went the way me and Tyler were expecting. Tennessee, Florida. You just knew Tennessee was going to go into that game ready to play. They've got Vandy this weekend. Great game. We've been mentioning of having a special guest. He won't be here this week. He's definitely going to be here next week. We've got that scheduled. He'll be bringing us the recap of the Tennessee Vandy game for this weekend. Super excited about seeing Doyle with us. And then who else played this weekend? Good game. Texas and Arkansas. So you had a couple of good SEC games to watch, but overall, no surprises. Nothing that just really pops out and says, this was a great weekend of college football.
in the SEC.
But what we've got coming up, boys, is going to be amazing.
This is probably going to be the most exciting weekend of college football for SEC play. A lot is riding on the season for a couple of teams.
You've got the Egg Bowl. I don't think it matters anything for Ole Miss. I think they can lose this game and go. You've got Texas and Texas A&M, which Georgia fans, I don't know. We'd love to hear from you whether or not you're going to be Texas fans or an A&M fan this weekend. You got Georgia Tech, Alabama, Auburn. It is huge.
Tennessee Vandy.
Tennessee Vandy. Huge. Huge. I love it. I can't wait. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. That's just right below this video. Give us a like, a follow, and give us your comments. We want to hear from you. But stay tuned. This week, a lot of great shows are going to happen. We've got a special guest Wednesday night. We'll have Easton on the show doing the pick'ems with us since
last regular season.
Yeah, huh?
Break? Thanksgiving break?
No, since what's his name can't be with us. Doyle.
Okay.
Jeez. Still catching up on some sleep, guys. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great night. And remember, as always, it's always Saturday on Lotus Lane.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.